It all begins with what feels like an innocent choice, deciding not to eat your evening meal. Maybe you're curious. Maybe you believe skipping dinner could offer health benefits. But beneath that decision, your body begins to take notes instantly. The absence of food in the evening isn't ignored. The moment your stomach doesn't receive its expected intake, internal communication sparks across your entire system. It's not panic, it's recalibration. Your organs, hormones, and enzymes pause for a moment, noticing that the rhythm has changed. The body doesn't complain immediately, but it becomes more alert. A gentle biological curiosity kicks in, as though it's waiting to see what comes next. As the hours move deeper into night, your stomach quietly contracts, not out of distress, but like a memory being triggered. You're reminded of flavors, scents, warmth. Your brain subtly protests by dialing down dopamine, that feel-good chemical usually released around mealtime. Yet hunger isn't just a physical sensation. It's a mental echo shaped over years of repetition. You're not just missing food, you're missing a ritual. But still, the body doesn't panic. It adapts. It activates dormant systems that were built for scarcity, not luxury. This is the part where evolution takes over. Human bodies were never wired to crash after missing one meal. Instead, they're designed to switch gears. Around midnight, as insulin takes a slight dip, your liver quietly releases its energy stash, glycogen. It's like opening a backup generator. The shift begins from energy conservation to energy mobilization. Your body transitions from storage mode into active release. This is where metabolic versatility comes in. Cells start accessing other sources of fuel, beginning a subtle yet significant transformation. At this point, you might feel slightly colder or more restless than usual. That's not failure, it's ignition. Your internal fire is burning a different kind of fuel now. The liver starts its behind-the-scenes work, breaking glycogen into usable glucose. This inner backup system has evolved over countless generations. And when glycogen levels dip too low, your body doesn't beg for sugar. It simply changes lanes. It invites fat cells to open up, releasing fatty acids that serve as your next energy stream. This is not starvation. This is recalibration. As the hours stretch into another day, your body remembers how to function on its own terms. It starts choosing fuel based on availability, not habit. Psychologically, this can be jarring. You may experience mood swings or irritability. But internally, growth hormone quietly increases, especially during fasting windows. This hormone supports tissue regeneration and helps preserve lean muscle. It doesn't scream for attention, but it's working overtime. By the second full day, your system has begun to understand a deeper truth. Discomfort doesn't always signal danger. Sometimes, it's an invitation to adapt. By the time the third night arrives, hunger becomes more abstract. You start asking yourself whether you're truly in need of food or just responding to routine. Neuroscience supports this. Much of what we interpret as hunger is linked more to timing than necessity. Your brain's reward centers quiet down, and suddenly dinner feels optional instead of essential. And that's when ketones arrive. These little molecules, created when your body burns fat, step in to energize your brain and body more cleanly than glucose ever could. It's a smoother fuel. You might feel slightly dizzy at first, but that quickly fades into clarity. Unlike sugar, ketones generate less oxidative waste, resulting in reduced inflammation and better mental focus. During this transition, your nervous system, particularly the parasympathetic branch, starts to function more efficiently. With no heavy digestion to manage, it can prioritize repair and rest. This is when cellular housekeeping begins. Your cells clear out debris, old proteins are dismantled, and energy pathways are restored. And all of this happens because your body was given a simple break. So the third evening isn't about skipping dinner. It's about reawakening ancient systems built for resilience. You're no longer stuck in habits. You're rediscovering evolution's design. Moving into the fourth cycle, something remarkable takes place inside your brain. Glucose availability drops further, triggering autophagy, a deep cleaning process at the cellular level. Damaged cells are broken down and replaced. This isn't pseudoscience. It's Nobel Prize-winning biology. Your body literally begins renewing itself. And while this process unfolds, ketones continue fueling your brain with calm consistency. Distractions begin to fade. Thoughts feel lighter. Emotional responses stabilize. This isn't magic, it's efficiency. Studies confirm that ketones provide a more reliable and steady energy supply to the brain than sugar does. You might notice you're less reactive, more focused, and strangely optimistic. Inflammation continues to decline. Blood sugar stops fluctuating wildly. And because you're no longer spiking insulin with late-night meals, your digestive system experiences a rare stillness. That energy is redirected toward healing. Your skin may clear, bloating may decrease, and even your immune system starts performing more effectively. By the fifth sunset, the once unfamiliar rhythm becomes almost second nature. What used to feel like disruption now feels like harmony. The enzymes responsible for breaking down fat are working harder and smarter. Your body isn't just using reserves, it's mastering them. The liver and pancreas, relieved from constant digestion, begin to repair themselves. This internal reprieve is something they rarely get in modern life. As inflammation markers like CRP drop, your internal landscape gets quieter, cleaner, more balanced. Sleep also transforms. Without the digestive load of a full stomach, melatonin flows more freely, helping you drift off faster and sleep more deeply. You wake up not groggy, but clear-minded. Even your circadian rhythm begins to reset, aligning more naturally with day and night cycles. This isn't just metabolic improvement. It's reconnection with your body's original instructions. By now, it's no longer a matter of discipline versus desire. It's a deeper communication between biology and awareness. You've shifted from reacting to habits to responding to needs. The hunger doesn't disappear, but it changes tone. It no longer shouts. It whispers respectfully, and you're able to listen with clarity instead of compulsion. You've crossed the threshold where skipping dinner doesn't feel like effort. It feels like alignment. By the sixth sunset, a subtle yet undeniable shift takes root. Your body begins adjusting its inner timekeeper. You fall asleep quicker than before, but instead of dragging through your mornings, you wake up clearer, almost refreshed. Hormones like melatonin rise in perfect rhythm, no longer blocked by late-night eating patterns. The absence of a final meal gives your brain and body permission to dive straight into healing sleep. The kind that doesn't just rest you, it rebuilds you. Without insulin spikes from dinner, your nighttime hormone cycles harmonize. Cortisol resets, and the glymphatic system in your brain sweeps away waste products more effectively. You begin to feel the difference in the daylight hours, too. Your energy no longer arrives in unpredictable waves. Instead, there's a calm consistency. like a stream flowing at the right pace. Insulin and glucagon, the two hormones that regulate your blood sugar, start balancing each other with refined precision. No more roller coaster crashes after heavy meals. Just smooth energy. By the seventh night, your biology and your habits start syncing in a new way. You're no longer simply abstaining from dinner, you're participating in a more ancient way of living. Eat when the sun is up, rest when it sets. It's simple, but powerful. Scientists describe this phase as metabolic adaptation. Your body is no longer in transition mode, it's thriving. Fat, instead of being tucked away in storage, becomes your primary energy partner. You're not just surviving without dinner, you're excelling. With hunger hormone ghrelin now tamed by your new routine, those evening cravings begin to quiet down. The body is learning, adjusting, trusting the pattern. Deep inside your cells, mitochondria start to multiply. These microscopic power generators become more abundant, fueling your cells with cleaner, more efficient energy. It's not just about feeling better. It's about aging slower, healing faster, and thinking clearer. 8 days in, the hormonal terrain shifts further. Insulin, which once fluctuated with every bite, is now stable and low. This allows fat breakdown to accelerate. Your body enters a process called lipolysis, the active dismantling of stored fat into usable energy. Fatty acids are released and turned into ketones, the new brain food. Muscles respond better, blood sugar becomes steadier, and even your cravings begin to feel outdated. Scientific research from top institutions confirms this process improves insulin sensitivity and can reduce the chances of developing type 2 diabetes. But it's more than numbers. You begin to eat differently, not just less often, but more intentionally. The body tells you when it's truly hungry, not when the clock hits a specific time. Leptin, the fullness hormone, wakes up again, guiding you to eat only what you need, not what you're conditioned to consume. By the 9th sunrise, another kind of change emerges. The fat you've carried for years, those unnoticed reserves, begin to be used with purpose. It's not just about shedding weight. Each gram now fuels your transformation. Hormones like adiponectin rise, sharpening your metabolism even more. This protein boosts insulin responsiveness and enhances fat burning even further. It's as if your inner biology is applauding your effort, pushing you forward with cleaner momentum. You also start seeing fat differently, not as a threat, but as a bank of untapped vitality finally being withdrawn. By the 10th day, the most overlooked part of your system, the gut, receives its reward. Your digestive tract, given time to rest, begins self-repair. The community of bacteria in your intestines flourishes under this pause. Inflammation drops, the gut lining heals, and the balance of microbes improves. This reset isn't loud, but its effects echo in how you feel. Bloating lessens. Absorption of nutrients improves. You might feel a strange sense of lightness in your belly, like peace in motion. Your gut, often called the second brain, begins supporting your real brain more efficiently. Neurotransmitters produced in your digestive system become more stable. Serotonin, dopamine, and GABA align more naturally, influencing your mood and sleep in subtle yet powerful ways. By the 11th cycle, your mornings feel brighter, not because of caffeine, but because of chemistry. Your brain now relies on ketones as its main energy source. These molecules don't just fuel neurons, they protect them. They reduce inflammation and boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which stimulates the growth and repair of brain cells. You're not just sharper, You're more resilient. Cognitive fog that once lingered is gone. Tasks become easier. Distractions feel less tempting. Emotional clarity returns. You start to detach from the grip of cravings, not because you're suppressing them, but because they no longer command you. You no longer view hunger as a threat. You understand its language now. It becomes a signal you can read, not a panic you must obey. On the 12th night, a challenge appears, but it's not the kind you expect. You feel so light, so focused, that you might overlook a crucial truth. The body still needs nourishment, just not around the clock. If your earlier meals lack enough nutrients, like electrolytes, proteins, or vitamins, you may feel a dip in energy. This isn't failure, it's feedback. Skipping dinner isn't about deprivation. It's about recalibrating how and when you nourish yourself. Experts warn that going too long without essential nutrients can slow down thyroid function and drop body temperature. Some may feel slightly dizzy or cold. That's your body asking for balance, not a return to old patterns. Hydration becomes a hidden hero here. As insulin stays low, your kidneys release more sodium and water, which means you need more fluids, sometimes with added minerals, to stay steady. On the 13th evening, the real change isn't in your body. It's in your trust. You now believe in your body's ability to handle change. You've seen it adjust, evolve, repair. You don't fear hunger anymore because you've experienced its other side, growth. You don't feel helpless without food. You feel clear-headed and centered. This isn't about appearance. This is about connection. Autophagy continues cleansing your cells. Mitochondria keep multiplying. DNA repair enzymes stay active. You've become, quite literally, more youthful at the molecular level. Your immune system isn't fighting background inflammation anymore. It's sharpening its focus, ready to respond to real threats, not just sugar surges and bloated digestion. Your joints may ache less, your skin may glow more, and your energy might feel like it belongs to you again. And then, on the 14th and final night of this journey, it all clicks. A small act, skipping one meal a day, restructured your biology, your mental patterns, and your emotional rhythm. What began as a health experiment became a path to understanding. Science confirms the benefits: lower insulin, clearer brain function, improved metabolism, reduced inflammation. But the real shift happened in your awareness. You've become someone who knows their body's rhythm, who sees food as fuel, not as escape, who understands that less can often mean more. This isn't a permanent prescription. It's a reminder that simplicity holds power, that in quiet spaces, your body listens, and in those pauses, it remembers how to heal.